Alright, I noticed if you were watching my Nuzlocke, you heard I said that I was gonna do Team Magma only, but that challenge kind of fell through, so we're doing Ralts. This Ralts Windows Growl. I lost the first rival fight. Then I went to the Viridian Woods to go and get some Metapods and Kakuna so I can go use all Ralts and struggle up to hit level 6 for Confusion. Then I took on the opposite rival fight, which I killed both his Pokemon with a few Confusions. Next up is Brock. Brock's Pokemon have high defense, not high special, so I go for Confusion. Taking Judy down to about 30%. Another Confusion took it down. Next up is his Onyx. And Confusion did about 30, about 40%. That's it. Yeah, as he goes for binds, bringing me down. Then 3 Confusions to put down the Onyx. Alright, this might be interesting. I like solo Pokemon challenges better since they don't take all the fucking data grind. I'll see you next time. Alright, Robo Fight time. I start double teaming up because its Gust or Wing Attack could really hurt my Ralts, so I use Confusion, bring down a red, but I also get lucky Confused. It hurts itself. Down goes. Next up is Bulbasaur, it's the only real threat. A couple of Confusions took it down. Last is a Zabra, but it's an Abra. It doesn't know any other moves besides Teleport, so. Next up is Whiskey. I Calm Minded 6 times, then I went for Confusion, and I one-shot the Staryu. Next up is her Starmie, which is actually dangerous. It knows Swift, it doesn't miss, and it's because of my physical defense. That's normal types of physical, but 2 Confusions take it out with my high special attack. That's a Sand Rival Fight. First up is his Pidgeotto that goes down to 1 Psychic. Next up is his Raticate, and it shares the same fate with Psychic. That went down to a Psychic as well. Last up is his Ivysaur, that went down to a Psychic. Next up is Surge, and Surge. His first Pokemon Voltorb is Sonic Boom, bringing it down to 43 up. Psychic kills it. Next up is his Pikachu, goes down to a Psychic. Last up is his Raichu. Go for Psychic as he goes for Double Team, bringing it down to 25%. Goes with Shockwave, bringing the 13 health, and 1 more Psychic takes it out. Luckily I didn't miss because of the Double Team. Alright, Erica time. Psychic to Victory Bell. Psychic to Tangela. And Psychic to Vileplume. And that was Erica. Giovanni's boss fight time. His Onyx goes down to a Psychic. His Kangaskhan hits me with. I use Psychic. I get a crit and next taking it out, and then his Rhyhorn goes down to 1 Psychic. Alright, so lost Pokemon Graveyard Rival Fight, whatever the fuck it's called. Alright, Pidgeotto went down to a Shockwave, as it is Gyarados. Next up is this Growlithe that went down to a Psychic. Next up is Kadabra, which I used Shockwave while OHKOing it. And last up is this Ivysaur, which went down to a Psychic. Next up, Koga. Alright, I started off using Calm Minds because earlier I could have one-shot a Weezing, so I decided to use a couple of Calm Minds. I went for Psychic, OHKO'd Coughing, OHKO'd his Muck, I OHKO'd his other Coughing, and then the last step is Weezing, and I OHKO'd his Weezing. Alright, playtime. I Calm Mind a few times, take it to Ralph and Arcanine to death. Next up is his Ponytail, which also goes out into a Psychic. Last up is Rapidash. 1 Psychic and then boom, that's blank, completely swept. Silphco Rival Fight. Shockwave brings Pidgey out to red health, as another one takes him out. Next up is his Gyarados, that gets one shot by Shockwave. Next up is his Growlithe, that I take out with 1 Psychic. Next up is Alakazam, where I went for Shockwave. You bring it down to about half. Another Shockwave brings it to red, but he keeps using Calm Mind, so I looked down on that one. Last up is his Venusaur, and I use Psychic, and I take it out with 1 shot. Next up is Giovanni. He starts out with a Nidorino, which I trace Poison Point from. This is important. I use Psychic to take it out. Next up is his Nidoqueen. 1 Psychic takes it out as well. And next up is his Kangaskhan. I use Psychic as he uses Fake Out, so I flinch. Psychic brings on to red. It goes for Double Edge. It poisons itself with Poison Point, and now Psychic takes it out. Last up is its Rhyhorn. 1 Psychic, and there goes Giovanni. Next up is Sabrina. I go for Calm Minds, so I could, get my special attack with those, so I can OHKO everything with Shockwave, as so does Kadabra. I go for Shockwave on Kadabra, bringing down the red health as he goes for another Calm Mind. Sabrina heals it. We go for Shockwave, bring down the yellow as the Psychic. One more Shockwave, it's a crit ironically, take it out. Shockwave to Moth. Shockwave to Mr. Mime. And I Shockwave the Alakazam, winning me the battle. Next up is the Giovanni Gym Leader fight. Now gym time, and well, I psychicked his Ironworm, I psychicked his Dog Trio, I psychicked his Nidoqueen, and then I psychicked his... No, never mind. Nidoqueen, the Nidoqueen. King, I'm sorry. And I psychicked his Ironworm. And that's Giovanni. Next up is the final rival fight, and this one was such a bitch. So I had to set up all my double teams and all of my Calm Minds. So that took a while to do. Then I used Psychic, and I swept the rest of his team. Which was annoying, since... So yeah, I have to grind up for this. Like, it's really starting to catch up for me now, Ralts. Even though this is probably gonna be my shortest challenge video ever. So all the stuff doesn't really matter, because I'm already showing all the important things like boss fights and rival fights and gym fights. Oh well, see you after the grinding. Alright, lead 4 time. First up is Laura. I set up a couple Calm Minds. I was able to Shockwave down all of our team members, Silver Jinx, since all but Jinx are part water type. Seriously, a lot of the water types are part ice, and a lot of ice types are part water, I meant, and a lot of what's it called? Grass types part poison. That's never mind. So that's just some sleep hijinks or whatever. I was bound to get out the Jinx with a Shockwave. By the way, see my levels jump up just because it took me multiple attempts, so yeah, I had to grind it for a while. I learned from Bruno that I can just so before I was trying to set up on Bruno, then I realized, oh, I can just sweep his whole team with Psychic. So that's what I did. After that, his Machamp lives but eats a berry. I go for Shockwave knowing he's gonna heal so I can get him into the kill range with Psychic. And alas, there down goes Machamp. Also, between these, I realized I'm gonna need more... Alright, after this Agatha, I realized I'm gonna need more PP on my Psychic. So after this, since I couldn't... So spoiler alert, I was able to sweep Agatha like this, but I couldn't beat Lance at this level. So I decided after I lost Lance, I went and got all the PP ups I could and put him in Psychic. And I put the rest in double team. Yeah, Psychic sweep, just like Bruno. Alright. Next up is Lance. By the way, I went from level 77 to 85. That's right, I put the max double teams and Calm Minds, went for Shockwave, taking out the Gyarados. Next up is Aerodactyl. He's Energy Tower with Mist, and I went for Shockwave, killing it. Next up, oh by the way, I went for Psychic, and I killed Dragonite. By the way, when I was running to get my PP ups, I forgot to deposit my HM slave, so I'm gonna have this extra Pokemon or whatever. I'm not allowed to use them. And yeah, I swept Lance with Psychic because of my high evasion. Alright, first up was our camp time. I used Shockwave on the Pidgeotto, bring it to Pidgeotto, bring it to red. And then my game crashed, so I had to start all over. I was actually able to take the Shockwave out and once. Then I was able to get double teams and my Calm Minds up, and I was able to sweep the champion. That was really hard since Ralts has such low defense. But I did it though, and yeah, that's all that matters. That was fun. So surprisingly hard at the end. I mean, I just realized I'd say that as I sweeped it, but yeah, that was fun. See you next time.